Last night's preseason game in Madison Square Garden, it felt like it had some extra oomph going on. Of course, it was headlined by Karl-Anthony Towns facing his former squad for the first time. The Knicks hosting the Timberwolves here, but let's not forget Donte DiVincenzo, also an important part of this deal. Julius Randle yet to make his debut here for the Timberwolves, but Donte DiVincenzo, he started off the party and reminded MSG who he is. He says, "I have ice in my veins." Attacking the basket here, gets the and one. Let's take a listen to the chatter at the free throw line. And then he was talking to Rick Brunson here a little bit as well on the Knicks bench.
That's what happens when they let you run the show. That's what happens when they let you run the show.
Well. Oh. All in good fun until it wasn't.
Ouch. Well, this was fun. Anthony Edwards, he was putting on a show, shot 11 of 19 from the field, including 8 of 13 from beyond the arc in just 27 minutes of play. Clearly looking in midseason form already, even though it's mid-October. And then Jalen Brunson here, Tim, getting inside to the hoop plus the foul.
Yeah, the best little man paint finisher in the league right there.
Great finish through contact. He finished with 24 points. And then later in the third, Karl-Anthony Towns, he says, "Get off me," hits the three at the top of the key. He had 16 points and 16 rebounds. Cat and Ant exchanged jerseys after the game, but some more chatter between DiVincenzo and Rick Brunson.
I was talking to Tim. You want to bring it out here with the camera?
No drama. You don't want no drama. New York wins this one, though. Brian Windhorst, let's unpack this a little bit, please, because there was a whole lot going on there. Big deal, little deal, no deal. Where do you fall on this?
Well, look, as far as it going back and forth there, I think that was something about who may have wanted the Karl Towns trade and who may have pushed for that on the Knicks side. But let's just move that aside. I think after the game, you saw Jalen Brunson smoothing this all over, and it just reinforced to me the value of Jalen Brunson, because this guy scores, this guy passes, this guy takes a $100 million discount so the team can build its roster, and this guy smooths things over with one of his best friends. By the way, not just, so you can say the guy's your friend. This guy was one of the groomsmen in Jalen's wedding 2 summers ago, and your father. He's just smoothing it over, which just totally shows how valuable Jalen Brunson is. He was breaking that up. Who knows how many other times over the last couple years Jalen may have had to smooth stuff over with some of the Villanova former teammates that he had and his father, who's on the coaching staff.
Yeah, look, this is not the first time, and it won't be the last time, that Jalen Brunson's had to step in and kind of calm things down. He grew up as Rick Brunson's son. This is nothing new to him, but this is really a family misunderstanding. It was good fun, Donte going back and forth with Tibbs. Rick Brunson stepped in, and look, Rick Brunson has as much influence maybe as any assistant coach in the league because of the family ties, not just with his son, but with Leon Rose. And, you know, Donte went back at him, but again, a family misunderstanding. It will be fun the next time these two teams get together.
Absolutely.
Malika, I came into this game ready to take some notes about preseason basketball, corner threes, pick and roll, perimeter defense. And then I realized the most important stat of the game is the Minnesota Timberwolves adding DAWG to that roster. Donte DiVincenzo is a dog that is necessary to add to this squad, which I've criticized for being a little bit mentally fragile in terms of playoff performances and blowing leads and not stepping up in some of these matchups. What I saw was Donte DiVincenzo coming to a preseason game and treating it like it was a playoff game, barking at the coaches, barking at the sidelines, defending like this was a playoff game. This is an immeasurable addition to the Minnesota Timberwolves, which will pay off come playoff time.
They call him the big ragu for a reason there. And one person that was very, very happy about Donte's play, one Mr. Anthony Edwards.
He motivated every night. Even when I used to play against him, like busting through screens. When he going downhill, he's going downhill. Like, so you know, he's aggressive with everything that he do. So you can't be mad at him, man. He make all the right plays, shoot the cover off the ball. I mean, I know New York gonna miss him. every day, all day. Anytime you see me in the gym, I'm trying to get my 3-ball better. I'm trying to catch and shoot more, cut space for my teammates. Just play better without the ball. So I'm trying to do what he need me to do.
Let's get in the bonus on Anthony Edwards a little bit here. To quote his idol, Kevin Durant, he was hooping against the Knicks. He dropped 31, and his 8 threes really popped. The Wolves, remember, they were in the middle of the pack and made threes last season. And that volume from deep, it could be the next evolution for Ant. He's looking to increase his scoring average for the 5th straight season. Last year, his 25.9 points per game was a new career best. And that has odds makers putting him in that MVP conversation already. He's top 6, according to ESPN bet odds. And if he wins, he'd become the 9th player to win the award at 23 and the first since Derrick Rose. Shout out our wonderful researcher, Jason Joseph, for all of that. Tim, what did last night, though? I mean, we don't see folks take the preseason that seriously quite like this. What did it tell you?
Yeah, there's no sense of satisfaction for Anthony Edwards right now.
I can't get no. Like that.
He's still looking for it. He is not arrived. He is still ascending. And look, the last taste that Anthony Edwards had for an All-NBA season, for a season he earned a Supermax deal, the last taste was getting his butt whooped in the Western Conference Finals. He remembers that. He's motivated by that. Had a heck of a summer. Got to be on Team USA.
Right.
Big part of that. And be around greatness. How does KD do it? How does Steph do it? How does LeBron do it?
Right.
And he comes into this season, for all he's accomplished, with still a ton to prove, and he's got that mentality.
That hunger.
Yeah, he's ready to eat.
Yeah, we could talk about the offense. Yeah, we could talk about the offense and the offensive explosion and all that. But one play last night stood out to me above all, and that's Anthony Edwards lining up with Jalen Brunson, locking him down defensively, and not just locking him down defensively. As he did it, he shut him down. Brunson could not score, and Anthony Edwards was pumped like he made a stop at the end of a Game 7 of the playoffs. This is a dude who is taking every possession seriously. I know we talk about how he is and the press conference and all that joking. This dude has come out of the Olympics, as Tim was saying, ready to win some basketball games. He was in Madison Square Garden in October like he was in Madison Square Garden in April. And that starts on the defensive end, and he understands that because that Towns and Gobert combo was formidable defensively, and they need to do a little bit more on the perimeter. Him and DiVincenzo are going to be terrors on that defensive side, and he showed that this is something that he's coming into this season destined to improve on.
Malika, you said earlier that we don't overreact to the preseason.
I try not to.
But the Timberwolves have the #1 offense in the preseason. And that's despite losing Karl Towns. And I think what you're seeing here is a little bit more of an even distribution the way they're going to play. More three-pointers from Ant Edwards if he trusts that shot. 13 attempts in a preseason game is very interesting. Donte DiVincenzo had one of the highest volume three-point shooting seasons in NBA history last year. And Naz Reid will take some of those minutes up. So I'm going to tell you, this is already one of the top 2 or 3 defensive teams in the league. If this trade actually unlocks something on offense and their new rookie, Rob Dillingham, contributes at all with scoring, this could end up being a team that's more formidable all around, and with Ant Edwards leading that offensive attack.
And the thing you have to remember about Ant Edwards, his age, his relative lack of experience, how coachable he is. He is learning on the job how to be a go-to guy on a contender. That's why I say this rocket ship's heading up.
Yeah, you want to buy stock now in this. And do you guys are like me? You keep paper calendars? If so, grab a pen, grab a calendar, mark this down. These dates, December 19th, January 17th. That's the next time that these two teams will be facing off. Best action of the weekend. We're going to start, my friends, with the champs. They have kept right on rolling. Big wheels keep on turning. They are winning preseason games by an average of 21 points so far. Tim Bontemps, you've been around this team the last couple of days. I'm not sensing any championship hangover. Are you?
No, not at all, Malik. I was at the games both Saturday and Sunday against the back half of Philly's roster and against Toronto on Sunday. And yeah, my feeling coming away from those games is the Celtics are locked in and ready to go for the start of the season. Joe Mazzulla got them going right at the start of training camp, didn't want any sort of championship hangover, and they look more than ready to go to start next week against the New York Knicks in their ring ceremony a week from now.
Sticking in the East, Jimmy Butler, he answered questions regarding his looming contract extension. Here's what he had to say.
I mean, if we're being brutally honest, no matter what, nothing I do now is going to get me paid any more money, even though I don't care about the money. I mean, all NBA, da-da-da-da, none of that's going to matter. I'm at a point right now, I got more than enough money. I'm just here to win.
Brian Windhurst, what are your thoughts on what we just heard from Jimmy?
Jimmy Butler cares about money, but it's just not the most important thing. And what I think he does care about is he's been challenged. He's been challenged by Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra basically to bring it this year if you want to get paid. But with Jimmy Butler, he does believe he's got one big contract left in him. And he's also got an opt-out in his contract. And if it's not just playing for the Heat, he's also going to be auditioning for other teams this year, highly incentivized to have a great season.
Let's head to New Orleans. Zion Williamson has played in both preseason games, scoring 13 and 17 minutes of action last night. Tim Bontemps, it seems as though they're going to roll with Daniel Tice starting at center. Is that the right decision?
Malik, I think the Pelicans could have the most interesting lineup in the league this year, and that does not include Daniel Tice. I would love to see them have Zion Williamson at center with Brandon Ingram, Trey Murphy when he's healthy, Herb Jones, and DeJounte Murray. Let's see him run that five out there, have Zion at center, play really fast, try to be the best offensive team in the league. I'd like to see that over Daniel Tice. We'll see which way the Pelicans go when the season starts next week.
Let's check in on Nuggets superstar Nikola Jokic, who brought out the Hart Trophy for the 2024 MVP Nathan McKinnon. He might be the tallest person on the ice since, Manute Bol. Jokic is actually tied with Luka for the shortest odds to win MVP this season. Could we see Jokic win a fourth, do you think, Brian?
Yeah, I think, he's going to need a big production season. We've already now seen Jamal Murray have some issues with his knee bothering him in the preseason. He was pulled out of the game last night. So Jokic is going to need a big year for the Nuggets. If he does that, could be another MVP.